I've been on about 40 cruises, but there's one cruise line that I've never really fancied, and that's Cunard. I don't think I'm posh enough. When I think of a Cunard cruise, I think about you have to wear a really nice dress to dinner every single night. The waiters have got white gloves on. Everyone's very posh. But today's cruise day, I've packed my suitcase, I'm about to get on the train, and I'm gonna go on a Cunard cruise, and I'm gonna figure out if you have to be posh to go on Cunard, or if it's suitable for anyone. So come with me and we'll find out. I got this pin in a charity shop for £1. I'm putting it on today to look the part a little bit. I'm on board Cunard's Queen Mary 2. There seems to be a real mix of people on board. I'm probably one of the youngest, unless I count a couple of babies that I've seen, but yeah, but that's okay. One thing that surprised me though, as we stepped onto the ship, being greeted by the crew members with the red jackets and the hats and the white gloves, and then when you go to the lift, they make everyone get in a queue and call the lift for you. That shocked me that it's someone's job to call the lift and usher people in, making sure that people queue properly. That seems like a very British thing. But anyway, I've just come on board into my cabin and I'm going to show you around. This is my room. Now, I had booked the cheapest inside cabin, you know me, but I've actually been upgraded to this obstructed balcony room, which is nice. So if we have a look out here, we've got a balcony. Yeah, there are some lifeboats there, but that's okay, not bad. We've got a nice little sofa area. It's quite a big cabin. And then over here, we've got a kettle. We've got water, which is $4. And then here, look, more surprises. Look what I found in here. Only a bottle of sparkling wine. That's unexpected. And then I found some clues as to where that's come from. So look here, I've got the dining reservation. That's not my name. So I'll find out what's gone on there. That's a little bit weird. And then when I've looked here, look, that's not my language. That's in German. So I am pretty sure this is the right cabin, but yeah, that's a little bit unusual. I've got 2 beds, all for myself, which is nice. And then if we have a look in the bathroom, it's a decent sized bathroom. We'll look at these. Toiletries. Fancy. Look, cotton buds and some nice little extras that I didn't expect. Then look at the size of these wardrobes as well. And down here, slippers. You know I love some slippers. So yeah, that's my room. I think it's my room. Should be my room. It's the right number. I'll just ignore that it's not got my name on the things. We'll sort that out. But yeah, I'm going to go and have a look at the rest of the ship. So I'm just about to head to the buffet, and my suitcase has arrived already. I've just got on the ship and it's here, so nice one. I went to the buffet. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. First of all, they had this rotating ice sculpture, which is like nothing I've ever seen. Just casually in the buffet lunch, there's a rotating ice sculpture. Nice one. Secondly, they had a sushi station. The sushi was really, really good. Had loads of salad, lovely. Also love about the buffet that there's like juices that you can have. So there's like lemonade and other kinds of fruit juices. So you don't necessarily need to buy drinks. Spot on. Loved that. 10 out of 10 for the buffet. Cunard. I am impressed. After that, I just went for a wander around. Found some dogs. I forgot that there's dogs on this ship. So when you go on a Cunard cruise, transatlantic, I believe only on this ship, Queen Mary 2, you can take your dog or your cat. So I went and had a little look at the kennels, saw some dogs. There is a fire hydrant for the American dogs, and there is a lamp post for the British dogs to have a wee. Absolutely love it, so that's cool. I had a look how much it costs to take your dog. It's about $1,000. And then I had a wander around the ship. I found the library, which is absolutely massive. It's bigger than the library in my town. It is huge. And then I went for dinner. They said, "Do you want to sit by yourself?" I was like, "No, thank you." Is it possible to sit with some other people? Yes, absolutely. So I sat at a nice shared table, and I was the only person who was on this ship for the first time. Never mind first time cruisers, everyone else had been on the ship before. The one thing that they said was this ship is confusing and you will get lost. I was like, okay. Lady I was sitting next to, she's absolutely lovely. She'd been on the ship for a week already. She had no idea that there's a nightclub. She'd never found it. And from exploring the ship after dinner, I can totally understand why. Because this ship is so confusing. There are decks that don't exist on the printed deck plan. There are half decks. There's like 3 and 3L. I don't know what the L is. There's places that you can only get to by going like along and then around and then up and around. It's so confusing. And you know what? To say that this ship is more popular with older people, I feel sorry for them. I was so lost. If you said to me, right, I'll give you £1,000, you've got to get to the planetarium in the next 10 minutes. Don't have much faith in my ability to do that. I'd give it a good go, but I'm not sure. So I went to watch the show. The show was a juggler in the big theatre, which you would think it does sound boring. It sounds boring. He rode a unicycle for a minute or two. He pretty much did juggling for the whole show. But you know what? It was actually good. He was funny. He was definitely the bestest, funniest juggler I've ever seen. And then, because I had dinner at 6 o'clock, that was my set time, got to about 9:30. I thought, right, I'm quite hungry now. Because, don't get me wrong, the food was delicious, but it was quite small. So I thought, right, I'm going to go to the buffet. I'm on a cruise. Let's have another meal, get some more food. But I found out that the buffet is closed between 9 and 11. And there is nowhere you can get food between 9 and 11 except for room service. And room service is, I believe, 24 hours and it's also free. So I've ordered some room service. I've ordered some soup and some salad. I did pack Pringles as well. I always pack Pringles. So far, I'm having a really, really good time. I bumped into quite a few people who have booked this cruise for £99 because they saw that I booked it for £99. And they've also been upgraded from an inside to the obstructive balcony. So if you're in the market for £99 cruises, this is the third one for this price range that I've been on so far this year. I'm going to put a link in the description so that you can just send me your email address, and next time I find a super cheap deal like this one, I will send it to you and you can book it. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I slept like an absolute baby last night. It was lovely. This morning, jogging is only allowed from 8 a.m. onwards, so that you don't wake people up. So guess what? It's 8 a.m. I'm going to do the good thing and I'm going to go for a run. I did 12 laps of the promenade deck. There were a couple of other people running, lots of people walking, getting some morning fresh air. So I ran for 45 minutes, which I think is about 6.5k. But according to my watch, I did 18k, so that's a PB. But yeah, I'm gonna have a quick shower, get some breakfast, and have a lovely day at sea. Good morning. Yesterday I didn't do too many exciting things on the ship because, to be honest, I spent the whole day working. I had loads of work to do. I bought the internet package. That was $36 for one day, which is quite a lot, but the internet was very fast. It's as good as it is at home. I posted online that I'd spent this much on the internet. And the amount of comments I got from people giving me grief about it, saying, "Put your phone down. You shouldn't be on your phone. You should just talk to people. Have a nice time. Enjoy the sunshine." It's like, one, I've spoken to a lot of people. Two, I would love to. Wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, I do have to squeeze my work in at some time, so I got a lot of that done yesterday. Today is very exciting because I'm moving rooms. So because I booked this cruise as two back-to-back cruises of 2 nights each, because it was a lot cheaper to do it that way, that means I get to move rooms today. So I get to experience a different room, probably the room that I originally booked, which is a inside cabin. So it will be nice to see how that one compares to this one. So now I've just got to pack everything up and then just leave. And then apparently at 9 a.m. someone comes and takes my bag to the next room and it'll be ready for 12. So yeah, see you later. I'll show you what it's like. It's midday. I've got loads of work done this morning. Definitely got a full day's work done in half a day, so that's good. And now I've just checked in to my new cabin, so I'll show you around. This is my inside cabin, and it's lovely, isn't it? I've got a huge king-size bed to myself this time, and it's not too much different in size from the balcony cabin. So there's a chair instead of the sofa that we had before. Still got a good sized desk. The TV is smaller because I did have the big TV on the wall before, and it's still got a fridge. This time there's no wine. I don't know if that's because it's an inside or because it's the second cruise. But all the wardrobes, they're all exactly the same as before. And then if we look in the bathroom is exactly the same as well. Yeah, it's also got the ashtray. If you want to smoke on the toilet, you're not allowed to smoke on the toilet, but once upon a time, I'm sure people must have done that. But yeah, it's lovely. This is my new home for the next couple of days. I've been sunbathing all afternoon. The weather's been about 25 degrees. It's been gorgeous, but I look like an absolute crab stick. I did put cream on. I was just so pale. Now I'm like pink and white stripy, and I've just tried to put my makeup on, and you know those like adverts that come up on Instagram or whatever for makeup, and someone's like trying to put yellow makeup on red skin and it's not right? That's me today. Oh well. So I went to the gym. The gym was really good. It's got everything that you could want from a gym. And then I'm gonna go to the buffet for dinner tonight, because don't get me wrong, the main dining room is beautiful and the food is incredible and it's lovely to share a table and meet people, but it does take about 2.5 hours and I can't be bothered. I'm just gonna go to the buffet, get some nice food and then maybe watch a show. I've got a problem in this new cabin. I'm trying to plug in this hair drying brush and it was absolutely fine in the other cabin, but in this one, here's the English plugs, but it doesn't fit. That bit's in the way. But in the other cabin, it was upside down, so I plugged it in that way, which would be sensible. But now, I don't know what I can do, because they're the only two English plugs. Unless I've got an American adapter. I might have an American adapter. Aha, found this. Right, so there we go. Now, it might be a different voltage that, so I don't know if it's going to get very hot, but I'll give it a go. There's no European plugs. I do have a European adapter, but let's try. It's not doing it. The heated brush is not heating brushing. Well, it is, but like a tiny bit. It sounds like it's not going to do anything, but it's fine. There is a hairdryer in there. I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. First world problems. Made it work. So I used this in one hand, this in the other hand, and dried the hair. And you might go, well, why don't you just use the hairdryer? What do you even need that for? Well, I didn't have a brush. I only had a tangle teaser. I didn't have an actual like curly underbrush. But Anyway, what I want to tell you is, if you ever go on a cruise ship and you go, oh, your hair straighteners are not getting hot, or your curlers or your electric brush or whatever, if it's not getting hot, it's just because you're using the American plug and they have a different voltage. So use the UK one or use the European one with adapter, but don't use the US one because it's not going to work. Now you know. I'm back. I tell you what, one thing that is nice about this ship, let me show you. You get back and they've folded over the corner of your bed, then you can get in. How nice is that? And then there's always chocolates. There's a breakfast in bed menu that you can have. That's free. Just nice, isn't it? All the little touches. So I've been on this ship for a few days now, and this could be quite a boring video because really all I've done is eat loads of food, exercise to counteract the eating loads of food, do my work, and sunbathe. And that's about it, really. It's not that there aren't other things to do, it's just that there's nothing that particularly appeals to me. I could sit and have a gin and tonic and listen to someone play the piano, but it's not really my thing. I always say there's a cruise line for everyone, and if you don't have a good time on a cruise, it's not because you don't like cruises, it's just because that's not the right ship for you. And don't get me wrong, I'm having a really nice time and it's really relaxing and I'm being very productive and I've got a tan. But I think this has shown me that Cunard isn't necessarily for me. And there are so many cruise lines out there that cater to all different types of people with different interests. And this is nice, but yeah, it's not a perfect match for what I like, and that's fine. This is the good thing about these little short cruises. We can try them, we can see what we like, we can see what's not for us, and then we'll know whether to go back again. For a lot of people, Cunard is fantastic, and if you haven't tried it and you're wondering if it's for you, then definitely give it a go.